Power Connect Show. Power Connect. Power Connect Show. Your reliable program that gives you all the information you need to know about the power sector. Professionals in industry, electrical products, government agencies, the stakeholders, and many more. Power Connect Show.
For me, having the opportunity to connect with you, our very, very dear listeners out there, that you always give us that, those listening ears every week. I'm really on cloud nine. And I know that you are itching to hear us. I am also raring to go. And of course, last week you heard only my voice, and I told you that my co-brother, my brother from another mother, as I call him, was on field assignment. He has concluded the assignment and is back right in the studio. His name is BP. You know him, Banji?
Yes, so ABC is going to be a very rich report. I mean, from the field, you can be sure that it's a wholesome activity, and I cannot afford to disappoint our very, very, very much esteemed listeners. That's Power Connection. My name is Banji Busari, just as he has a very exciting edition. It's going to be two-some. I don't know, whatever meaning you give to that. That's what we are bringing to you on this show today. Yes, ABC.
So it's your program, the Power Connect Show, and my name, like I always say, remains Ademola Ben Cranston Adegoke. So we go right into the program, and we start with news and tidbits for the day. And the news, the only one actually I have says EKEDC announces upgrade of feeders from band B to A. And it says that following a positive assessment of the company's performance by the industry regulator, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, a co-electricity distribution company has announced the upgrade of a number of 11 and 33 kV feeders from band B to band A across its licensed domain. The upgraded feeders are as listed below. For Highlands District, we have Ajele Local Feeder, Maroko Feeder, Power Feeder, M&K Feeder, Parkview, and State House. For Lekki District, we have Ajiron Feeder, CBC Towers, Fola Oshibo, Jobri Lahila, Lekki Foreshore, and Novotel Hotel. And for Orile, we have Adetola Feeder, all upgraded from band B to A. And for others, for Agbara District, we have Badagry Isolation Center Feeder, Lever Brothers. And for Mushin, we have Challenge Feeder, upgraded from band B to A. For First we have Bonny Hotel and Feeder and Promenade Feeder, all upgraded from band B to A. For our Papa District, we have Broset Feeder, Central Avenue Feeder, Commercial Feeder, Olofin Feeder, and Vanguard Feeder. And for people in Lasu under Ojo District, the feeder has also been upgraded from band B to A. For Ijora, which is the last, KTL feeder and Tejosho have been upgraded from band B to A. So those are the upgraded feeders.
So it's all upgraded.
And what does that mean? Improved service. Better service
for the
delivery.
benefit of the users of EKDC utility service.
Yes, that is what it means. That is what it means.
We'll go for a short break now. When we return, yes, I mentioned to some. Start thinking and be very creative in your thinking. That's what we're going. We're going for a short break now. When we return, it's going to be the next segment.
Dear esteemed customer, Eco Electricity Distribution Company, Ecodisco, hereby advises you against careless attitudes in your daily usage of electricity to avoid electrocution. Electrocution is the passage of electrical currents through a human body, resulting in death. EKEDC therefore advises you to be extremely careful when using electric gas cookers, microwave ovens, washing machines, irons, and so on when plugging in your TV, radio, DVD players, and stereo sets. Do not tamper with or attempt repairing your meter if it develops develops a fault, invite a qualified electrical engineer. Also, this rainy season, to avoid electrocution or untimely death, be careful not to step on naked electricity wire or engage in any trading or business activity under high tension wire. For any electrical issues you have, call our customer care line on 0708 067 1170 and 0700 123 5666. EKEDC, empowering the quality of lives.
Oh yes, you're welcome back. Yes, ABC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Panji, when you were not around last week, we started something, and this week it's an unfinished business that we are going to start again. We are going to go, over it again this week.
Say my people get a saying. Then say if you dey repeat a matter, it's either the matter they sweet you or they pain you. How it dey dey for us, we go know today whether it dey pain us or it dey sweet us.
The elders also say that when the blacksmith they beat the metal on one point continually, he gets something we want bring out from that metal. So this week we are continuing with the series that we started last week, because whatever that we not make that we hinder regular power supply is worth repeating, and that is why this week we are going into the issue of energy theft. Once again, we are going into the issue of energy theft, and I have with me two gentlemen, big ogas from EKEDC. I have the acting chief commercial, Mr. Sam Edor. Mr. Edor, you are welcome.
Thank you, the moderator. Good evening, the listeners, my esteemed listeners. It's a privilege to be on this enlightenment and educative program.
Okay,
you're welcome.
And any distribution company runs on two major legs: the distribution leg and the commercial leg. You give the power, then the money must also come in. We have Mr. Edor on the commercial leg, then the other leg is the distribution. They are the people that are supplying the power, and I have the head distribution operations, Mr. Henry Oko, on the program. You are welcome, Mr. Henry. Engineer Henry.
Make you not change your name. Engineer. So you are welcome, Mr. Edor and Engineer
Oko.
Thank you.
Now let me fire the first salvo. We have so much to discuss. Just as my friend has said, it's an unending issue, but we will make sure that we get to a positive end on this issue of energy theft. Let me start by asking now. I need to start with the marketing. Acting
chief commercial.
Someone is moving to a new apartment, and every payment has been made. Unknown to him, the previous occupant had actually incurred so much debt outstanding on that meter, and suddenly he finds himself being confronted with that huge responsibility.
No, it's not just that. It's not just that, Banji. Someone is moving into a new house, and the former occupant had actually tampered, with the electricity connection.
Yes,
to perpetrate, energy theft. And then the new man is now
inheriting.
He's now.
Yes, inheriting. Yes, that's
what is your advice for people moving like into new apartments, new accommodation?
Thank you, moderator. It is important the listeners understand the procedure. When you are moving into an apartment, it is important that you find out the
status,
the debt status,
and the connection
of that apartment, because oftentimes people tend to involve in illegal connections, energy theft, and abandon their financial obligation to the company. So it is important that you find out the status, because if you do not do that, you have to inherit the asset, which is the new apartment you have acquired, as well as the liability of paying the debt.
Well, related to that, ABC, allow me. Still on the issue of meter, somebody had committed crime before the new tenant. Now, some other users of maybe EKDC service, utility service now, some customers may encounter issues with their meters, and for that reason, maybe out of frustration or whatever it is, they resort to energy theft. Is there any justification for this?
There is obviously no justification for energy theft because it affects our operation. It causes challenges. It leads to inaccurate billing and making innocent and good customers to suffer at the end. It is important that we shun this. It's a clarion call for everyone, the users of electricity, to be a watchdog for people who are involved in stealing energy. It also poses a threat to the network because it can lead to electrocution. It causes accident. So people should desist from energy theft. A lot of far negative implication on our operations. So our advice to the general public is to be a watchdog, to collaborate with us and report any tampering on our network. It should be reported to the nearest office. We have various numbers that we can reach out, that the customers can reach out to report cases of energy theft, so that we can guarantee and ensure service reliability.
When issues are not resolved or remain unresolved, when issues remain unresolved, maybe a consumer believes that this issue is getting prolonged, and he thinks the EKDC or any other utility is not giving him maximum cooperation in resolving the issue speedily. Do you think such a person?
It is important for customers to understand that there are levels of escalation. Yeah. At the local level, if you are not satisfied or if there is delay in solving the complaint, you escalate to the district level. At the BU level, if it's still not resolved in time, it is the right of the customer to escalate to the head office for speedy resolution. Customers should not get involved in illegal and unethical practices as a result of delay, because there are various of levels of escalation, and our lines are open to this escalation. Report if any of our staff is not alive to the responsibility. You are to report such cases to us for us to address, and because as a customer-centric utility organization, customer is first in our agenda, and service delivery is very, very key to us. We want to make customer happy. We want you to be delighted. We want you to pay for what you consume. So we want the problem to be fixed speedily, so that you can enjoy the service that we render.
Thank you.
So they can't. So in essence, whether you say your meter is having problem, whether you say it's because you have been out of supply for some time and the help is not quick in coming, you have no justification to resort to self-help that could lead to energy theft. I think that is the summary of what Mr. Edo is saying. To you, Mr. Engineer Uko, I want to ask, in what way? Because the people out there, an ordinary person out there, may not really know how energy theft goes beyond the person perpetrating it to affecting others. How does it affect the generality of the people?
Okay, thank you very much, moderator. So energy theft, like earlier defined, is an illegal connection, unauthorized connection, meaning that such set of people are not on our data, sheet, as they are not known customers. So what it does is that it reduces the quality and the quantity of supply that should get to regularized or legal customers feeding from a particular source of energy within our franchise. So for instance, you have a 500 kVA transformer in a locality, in the streets. So with illegal connection, so for each of these transformers, they have rated capacities. So our documentation will show, oh yes, with this 500 kVA, we can adequately service this number of people or this set of customers. But with illegal connection, what it does is it affects the quality. Instead of having bright light in your house, strong enough to power all of your equipment, it reduces the quality. So you hear reports of, I have low voltage, my borehole cannot be pumped, my AC cannot work, because you have a lot of illegal connections. It's like a pipeline, energy is flowing, but it's drawn illegally. So what should get to the endpoint is not actually getting to the endpoint because of those illegal connections. So it will affect the overall quality of service we deliver to those customers, because even though they are paying, you see here complaint of company, we are paying but we are not getting the right quality of supply. A lot of these illegal connections lead to it. Again, another thing that I need to also point out is the safety aspect. Many times these illegal connections are
very good.
They run underground cables that are not sanctioned, and in process of digging or farming within communities, some people can get electrical check because of those illegal connections. So as much as possible, communities should avoid it. These connections are actually known sometimes by the community themselves. So they perpetuate it together. I don't want to be named as the bad persons. So you encourage such connections. We should should not be encouraged at all.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Engineer Henry Oko. Now we'll go for a short break. Yes, but when we return, yes, the listeners must also get ready because it's their show. The numbers are 070 0700 1000 102. I also have 081 82120734. You also have WhatsApp number 081 001 30349. Those are the numbers to call when we return from this break. Yes, engage our guests, ask them questions. They are here to actually explain to you, give you more information about how to enjoy better service from EKEDC.
Dear Ogbonge Eco Disco customer, I beg you, make you go our website www.ekedp.com/STS and enter your current meter number to check whether your meter qualify to upgrade to the STS2 version. If your meter qualify, we go holla you back. But if you not qualify, you fit apply for new meter and the EKEDC go return the meter money to you over time. If you experience any wahala, I beg you, make you contact our customer experience team through the email or phone we provide. This na public service announcement from EKEDC. EKEDC. Now we they empower the quality of life.
Oh yes, you're welcome back. It's the Power Connect show on Nigeria FM 102.7. Yes, our guests are in the studio, ready, waiting for your questions. Now the numbers to call 020-1515-1027. I also have 020-1515-2027. Then the WhatsApp number is 081-001-30349. Yes, call, ask them questions. Demola, yes.
Yeah, Engineer, you explained the danger energy theft poses to public safety before we went on break. Now the question is, the facilities. Does energy theft pose any danger to even the power facilities themselves?
Absolutely. Okay, for instance, earlier on I spoke about a distribution transformer in the streets. If these transformers, due to illegal connections, are overloaded, it leads to complete breakdown of that equipment. And what that does is that the entire community will be thrown into blackout. Depending on how quickly we can, redeploy another one, a community may be in black. Why it will affect our revenue, but of course it will affect the quality of life of people living in that community. Another thing that it can also cause for individual households. So because you don't know how these illegal connections are done, any breach in the connection will lead to high voltage that will flow back to the system and may lead to damages of valuable equipment in households. So as much as possible, communities should discourage it. Where do you see such illegal connections, escalate to us. We have, like my boss earlier said, we have different locations where you can, make these complaints to bring our attention to, and we'll do the needful with regards to sending people, deploying our team members to come and investigate and do the needful concerning it.
Mr. Edo, we know that energy theft is a criminal offense. It is a criminal offense. Because they say in law, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Some people even engage in energy theft without knowing the penalties, the sanctions that may go with it. What are the sanctions? Maybe you can just tell us some of the sanctions or penalties that energy theft can attract.
Well, thank you very much. Like we said, energy theft has a far-reaching negative implication on the financial stability of the company, and we advise the public to desist from it. There are sanctions as a regulated entity. We are permitted by law to recover at any point in time we discover energy theft. We are permitted by law to recover the loss of revenue. So the sanction, there are penalties that are associated with energy theft. If you are involved in energy theft, there are penalties, and apart from that, we can also prosecute you. It's 21 years imprisonment if you are caught. But what we do as a utility company is that for the first offender, we will warn you and advise you to desist from it, and bill you the loss of revenue and the penalty associated with it, which you must pay.
Can we know what those penalties? The penalty, what we bill an average energy thief.
Apart from the loss of revenue, the penalty associated with it is over 100,000 for any person caught in illegal connection and energy theft.
Is that for individual or corporate bodies?
For individual.
What about corporate bodies that are engaged?
For corporate bodies, that's the KCG customers. The penalty is much. It runs in millions because there are penalty charges for a period of 6 months. Your average billing for a period of 6 months will form your penalty. It will be calculated, and that will be your penalty for involving in such practices, while we also calculate the revenue loss component for such entities.
All right, the numbers to call once again is 020-1515-1027. That's talking to our esteemed listeners now. 020-1515-2027. I also have WhatsApp number 081-001-30349. Now, the energy theft thing has not abated despite all the public enlightenment jingles, despite all the appeals and all of that to Nigerians, to users of EKDC utility service. Have there been those appeals? Have they actually yielded any result over time?
Well, energy theft awareness campaign is a continuous exercise because it requires a comprehensive approach involving technology, the customers' education, as well as regulatory support. So it's a continuous process because people need to understand the negative impact that
Energy
energy theft cause to the generality of the public and the utility company.
Okay, we have someone asking a question from the person's name on our WhatsApp platform. It says Bata Governor from Ilupeju, and even though that area is not under coverage area, we will still answer him. He says the idea of banding, how necessary is it in providing quality service? Well, quickly, let me tell you that.
I think that issue has been addressed.
Let's
addressed by engineer.
No. It says the idea of banding, putting people in band A, B, C, D. You see, if you are on band A, of course, you know that you enjoy minimum of 20 hours of supply per day. If you're on band B, you enjoy minimum of 16 hours per day. If you're on band C, you enjoy minimum of 12 hours. On band D, you enjoy minimum of 8 hours, and band E minimum of 4 hours. So the
all right, Demola, please permit me to take this call.
We have a caller.
Yeah, let's meet you. What's the name?
Hello.
Yes, hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, your name, sir?
My name is I'm calling from mainland.
You're calling from mainland?
Yeah.
All right,
where in mainland?
Ago.
Okay, Ago Palace Way.
Ago Palace Way. It's not anyway. That is not there's not under the coverage area of EKEDC.
But okay, let's give you the privilege. What's the question?
It's okay.
All right, it's gone. Now, the revenue loss over time. Can you put a figure to it? I mean, as to what EKEDC may have lost due to energy theft over time?
Is in billions. Is in billions of naira. We've lost billions of naira over time due to customers' involvement in energy theft.
Billions.
It's in billions.
And what does that mean to the business? Maybe.
Well, the implication of that, you and I know, cannot be overemphasized. Is slow down the good project we would have executed to ensure service reliability to our esteemed customers, because we require money to put into the to give better services. There are so many areas that we need to carry out expansion project, rehabilitation project, axes like Ibeju axis.
And the funds have been kind of handicapped. Let me ask this question, engineer. Do you sometimes send your men to the field to actually kind of fish out those who may be perpetrating these crimes?
Okay, yeah, we do. We do on different levels, even within our commercial team. When we go for, taking stock of our meters, carrying certification of meters and other activities. So we send teams out for that purpose, for sighting to ensure that our meters are well connected. Also, of course, our transformers to have this assurance that there's no leakage anywhere in terms of energy theft from our feeder pillars.
So if anybody is doing it and is not being caught, he should know that it can be caught anytime.
Definitely.
It can be caught anytime. That is what it means.
Our eyes are on our asset and our installations, and in a very, very, very short time, that game will be off.
Okay.
Unless what do you have to say? Time is not our friend. Say your last word. 30 seconds.
Thank you very much. I would seize the opportunity to advise our esteemed customers to desist from energy theft and to collaborate with us to fish out the people that are involved in this, because people that are indulging in this may thrive for a while.
The
enemies of the society.
All right, thank you.
When you are caught, definitely you will
engineer.
Okay, if you say anything, say it.
See something, say something.
Yes.
My name is Banjibu Sari. That's our package today. See you again next week.
And
Bye-bye.
my name is Ademola Benkranson.
We'll meet again next week.
Thank you.
you.
kindly visit our website www.ekdp.com/STS and input your current meter number to check the eligibility status of your meter to upgrade to the STS2 version. If your meter is eligible, we will get back to you, but if it is not eligible, you will have to apply for a new meter, and note that EKDC will reimburse you for the meter of